Integrated Diaspora Services, Nardia Tip, is the holder of a Bachelor of Arts degree in Literatures in English with a minor in psychology from the University of the West Indies and an MBA in Marketing and Sales Management from the Edinburgh Napier University. Nadia has over 14 years of experience in the banking and finance sector. In her current capacity as CEO and Director of Marketing, Sales and Branding for Integrated Diaspora, she has been able to build the company's brand presence and enhance its sales efforts through the partnerships formed with key organizations and stakeholders across the Caribbean diaspora, inclusive of Jamaicans Inspired UK, Authentic Caribbean Association, Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, and the various Jamaican diaspora associations in Europe, Middle East, Africa, all over the world, to name a few. Her ultimate desire and vision is to honor her God through serving her people and her country. And that's always good to hear. Nardia, you can go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening for those who are in other parts of the world, like the UK, Europe, Asia, and wherever you are. It's a great feeling to be here among everyone. Thank you for the invitation, Penil and the team. Integrated Diaspora Services offers a one-stop shop solution to the diaspora globally who desire to do business back home. We started in 2020. It was a dream birth out of the heart of two Jamaicans who have a passion to serve and have been doing that for years, myself and Percival Erdit. And we, as I said before, provide a one-stop shop solution, irrespective of where you are, for personal and business opportunities in the island. On personal level, persons who oftentimes want to do stuff back home find it difficult to do so because they don't know how. Yes, they don't know how, or they know how, but they don't have anybody to trust or anybody really to execute what they really need to get done on the island. And so this company was established to provide that vehicle, yes, of efficiency, support, and a trusted vehicle that persons could use to accomplish their dreams on the island. In recent times, we have started to expand that. So if persons want to access similar opportunities outside of Jamaica, I mean, UK, Canada, and so on, and Africa, they can also reach out to us, and we facilitate means of doing business in those territories as well. For those who want to access government services, we know, and the UCC team will tell you, to do business in Jamaica, you must have what is called a tax registration number. You cannot move forward without a tax registration number to start a business or to own a property, or those many lands that you think you probably still have in Jamaica that you need to get the title for. You cannot get access to it, or the names transferred to that without a tax registration number. So even if you want to access any of the services being discussed here today and you're overseas, you will need to get that. But don't worry, Integrated Diaspora Services can facilitate that for you. If you can't manage online or have nobody to help you on the island, you can reach out to us so you don't have to be daunted. For those who have been away for years and you need to access your pension, you need to purchase a property, land and title matters, renew your driver's license, all of that. Own a home, we are here to help you. But I'm grateful this evening that we are so passionate about holding the hands of persons, irrespective of where you are. For those who have, you may not want to own a home as an investment opportunity, but you want to start that business. You want to start that business, you want to start that charity, you want to give back to your homeland, but you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to start. You don't know, the dynamics of a different environment, because Jamaica is different in terms of environment from what you may be accustomed to in the United States. It may be different from what you're accustomed to in the UK. It may be different from what you're accustomed to doing business in Asia. But you don't have to worry about how it is that I start. To our partnership with UCC and involvement and what they're doing, yes, these processes can be seamless for you, as you just saw, the plethora of services and opportunities available. And the good thing is we don't just tell it to go online and apply. We're actually on the ground, the hand-holding, the hand-holding for it to be executed on your behalf. There are persons who almost every week reaching out to register their businesses. One, how do I personally get prepared? It starts by you getting your TRN, right? For those who want to be full-fledged citizens and you want assistance with being a citizen, we can start there. But for businesses, you don't have to be a citizen of the country to start business in Jamaica. What you need is a TRN and get your company registered. We always recommend, if it is that you do not want to register the business right away, we recommend that you register the name. Because oftentimes persons may come up with names that have already been taken. So you may think that your name is very, very unique, but it probably isn't very unique. So recommend first start, even to start with your name, and also reach out to us so we can have further discussions with you about the business that you're going into. Is it a good market? You know, where are the opportunities? And as Danielle would advise with her through her team, what are the opportunities here? Because we do not want you to be frustrated if you have an idea, but you do not understand the market and the dynamics of the country and how to execute those on the island. So we're happy to let you know that Integrated Diaspora Services, through this medium, as we'll be working closely with this team to ensure that the one-stop shop continues. You want to start a business, you want to come home to live, you want to start a family, you know, whatever it is that you want to do, there's a one-stop shop solution for all your business solution, both personally, professionally, through this business solution that Integrated Diaspora Services offers you. You don't have to anymore think that you're alone in starting a business here and fulfilling that dream of doing it in the island of Jamaica. We can be contacted. I think our contact information has been placed in the chat. You can reach us at integrateddiasporaservices@gmail.com, www.integrateddiasporaservices.com. We can reach at 1-876-852-7716, 347-737-0478. And we oftentimes say almost 24/7, if not 24/7, you can reach out to us and we will provide the guidance and solution you need to make your dream come true on the island. Thank you very much, everyone.
Oh, short and sweet. Right. Thank you so much, Nardia. Just hold on with your questions. You'll be able to ask some questions at the ending of the webinar. Next, we're going to have Mr. Richard Towell from Richwell Funding. So let me just give a little background on him. Richard has worked as a financial advisor at Sagicor Life Jamaica Limited, where he gained over 10 years of sales experience. And of course, like a typical financial advisor, he's in his van. He has completed the Jamaican Securities course, the Financial Services Certified Professional course, as well as numerous industry courses. He has a diploma in business administration, a bachelor's of science in software engineering, and is currently pursuing an MBA at the University of Technology. Prior to Sagicor, he worked as the finance manager at the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, where he was instrumental in the merger of the Institute of Management Sciences and the Institute of Management and Production, which became UCC. During his tenure, he's also sought and secured financing for major projects. His primary focus is on the well-being of his clients, and this has led him to gain numerous industry awards, including the prestigious $1 Million Roundtable designation, which is awarded to the top 5% of the industry. I know that. I used to work at Clico, so that's a big, big time award. Richard has had several entrepreneurial pursuits and currently assists his business clients through loan and business advisory services. Besides work, he gives back to the community through his association with the St. James Parish Disaster Committee, various youth organizations, and his church. He loves the outdoors, He hikes, he fishes, he's camped, and he takes the opportunity to do that when he's overseas and in Jamaica. Richard Talwell.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So tell us about Richwell Funding and what opportunities you can provide for our clients.
Okay, good afternoon again, everyone. As stated, I'm Richard Thelwell. This company has been recently started, incorporated December 2019, started operations in 2020, right in the height of the pandemic, yes. We offer most of our services to what is termed the tier 3 client that you would have been exposed to at the beginning of the session. So tier 3 for us are persons who are already trading for at least 1 year, minimum 1 year. That means you have financials for the prior year, and you would have financials up to date for the current year. We provide two types of services, or two types of services. One is called working capital, and the other is real estate development loans. And for the purpose of this seminar, I'm going to stick with the working capital loans. We have two under working capital structured loans. We have where we can assist the client in giving them working capital, meaning money to take care of their marketing, their purchase of goods, and sometimes services, and anything that is required during the short term. We can give up to 18 months for a working capital loan. To qualify for that loan, you simply need to be in business 1 year. 2, you must have had that annual report, meaning your balance sheet and profit and loss account for that year. So we're now in 2022, you'd have had to be in business for 2021, the financial year 2021. And you must show the need. So if you're going to buy a container of goods, for example, or a set of stocks for carrying your business, we will be able to provide working capital support. The second one is geared directly for the export market. We offer what we call factoring, which really is that we buy the receivables or your debtors from you. To do that, what we will need is your receivables listing with your aging report. So you simply put John Doe owes $500,000 and it's outstanding 0 to 30 days. We will buy back these receivables. However, the persons that you're selling to must reside in the States. And we take only, at this time, only a customer. So if you are selling your goods to Costco in the US, then what will happen is that Costco will qualify as our A customer. And so we do not take the credit on your business. We take the credit on Costco. You ship your items to Costco. Costco owes you. You need some monies right now for working capital to repurchase working capital needs, repurchase stock. If you do assembly and you want to get the part from wherever, we give you back that money. We give it to you at a discount. So if you, and this is just an example, if you give us that $500,000, we may discount it by 5%. And so therefore, 5 is 25, you get $475,000 in your hand, right? And that is how that works. So really and truly, we are here more in the capacity right now to offer you working capital, right? And those are the two ways that we can do it for you. Yes, I'll just add the third one just to, since I have a few more minutes. We do mortgages, as I explained. So commercial real estate, So I best I tell you by an example. We had a doctor whose landlord was selling out the and dentist actually, whose landlord was selling out the plaza, and we were able to facilitate the deal for him, because what we then did was to look at all the rental income from the plaza and do it. So you may just find yourself in an opportunity like that. We can also offer you support. All right, so those are our three basic things. Well, two, but the working capital is broken into two parts. And that's it for me right now. Thank you.
Well, you could go ahead and tell us about the third type.
What's that? The commercial real estate.
Yes.
Okay, so with commercial real estate, what will happen is that you will find your property that you're interested in. We prefer a property that is fully occupied, but not necessarily owner occupied, right? And so you can get rental. So you're getting rental from it. And the example that I gave you with the dentist was that the plaza that he was on was totally occupied, maybe 95% occupied. He could show the rent roll. The owner for the property was retiring and was closing out the business altogether and was going to sell it to somebody else, put it on the market through the Remaxes, etc. Anyway, the dentist said, hey, listen, what if I buy it from you? Good. And so he approached me. He was already my client. He approached me and said, hey, what can we do for him? Because we were helping him with working capital before, and we structured a loan that we were able to use the rent roll, meaning money is coming in from rental from the other tenants, including himself, to justify the income for the building. And once we did all of that, it was closed within about 90 days. And he's now the owner of that small plaza, right? And while he's still operating on it. So he has now two sources of income, the plaza income, as well as his income from his practice. So if you see an opportunity like that, or if you're in that space and see an opportunity, we can also help you. You have a factory, a small factory, or you see a factory that is out there that needs to be worked, we can help you to put that together.
So Richard, I wasn't really able to listen carefully. So say for instance, now I know I have a few of my clients on, and they're always looking for some form of funding. So could you go over, like, say for instance, someone that has been in business 3 years, but you said that what is the minimum of the records that you need? How long?
1 year record. So it will be good if you are in business for the 3 years, then you show me the last 3 years so that we can see a track record of your operations. We know that most persons in the first year usually just barely break even. So we're looking for the last year primarily just to make sure that, yes, you are now cash flowing properly. Because I provide a loan, you must remember that the expectation is that it should be paid off, right? And so we want to make sure that you are bringing in sufficient cash to take care of not just your operational obligations, but if we should add an interest payment to that, we can also take care of your loan obligations. So that is key.
Okay, so here's the problem now, right? We're now coming out of a pandemic. So the majority of the small businesses that we have, they would have maybe, cut back on focusing on their small business and would have taken up with, say for instance, a 9-to-5 job. And so even though the company may be 3 years, their major financial gains would have been, between 2019 to 2020, you know what I mean? So in that case, then where they're
Well,
not.
well, I've not seen one like that. We have seen where it's dipped, but not where it went out totally out of business. So what I can then say in that regard is show me what you have, because that will be a unique case. And in showing what you have, we can then make this the pitch that 2018 and 2019 were good years. The service that was provided, or the goods that I provided, were of excellent condition, excellent products. And we had these markets. We were supplying to, let's see who got hit hard. We were supplying to the hotel sector, but they took a downturn. So we shifted our focus and started selling to another subsector, for example,
Airbnb or the guest
Airbnb,
houses.
etc. Right? Good. And then you started going there, and so we picked up back. So we didn't out of business altogether, but we managed here. And then you can then add for the 9 months to date, we have seen our sales move back from halfway where it was in 2019 to back to full production now in September 2020. So things like that we can look at. And if there's a reasoning like the pandemic that we have to, yes. So it won't be treated in isolation. However, if you started last year and you didn't do well in it at all, and this year to date, you still have not picked up, it will be more difficult to assess that type of loan.
Okay, so I hope that y'all are hearing this. And if you know that you have a small business, but you haven't been able to keep good records, now you know this is the reason why you need to keep some good records so that you'll be able to access a loan within a year, right? Questions now. Good afternoon, sir. Is there a way of helping a starter who has full potential? What would you suggest? I would like to know if there is an exception to the rule.
So it depends on what product you're offering. For my factoring, if you're a product-based company, that would work for you, because what you find is that a number of persons, including myself when I was in a product-based business, what we did in order to get our products into the market, we would give them credit. And as you know, if you're just starting up, it is very difficult to grow on credit alone, right? You need cash to keep the business, and cash is the fuel that keeps the business going. So we can literally buy back that note or buy back that credit from you, and then we will collect from your debtor on your behalf, right? So it's an agreement that tells the debtor that we have bought it from you, and therefore we are now the owner of that debt. And then the best part is you do it every month. So you know that you need liquidity to keep going, to buy back raw materials, etc. You get your A clients, you give us your A clients, discount a little bit, you get cash. And A clients don't just mean large size. A clients also mean people who will pay you in a timely manner. But you just can't wait the 30 or 60 days. You need the cash now. Right? And just as a point to note on the same thing, I would suggest that you try to minimize your credit, your exposure. What's a credit? Call was coming in a while ago. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I would suggest that your ratios
I guess the person is very persistent because
be in the region of 30.
Richard?
Yeah, insisting that I need to answer no. You hear me?
Yeah. All right. So we missed like at least a
Insisting
minute
that
of what you
I
were
need to.
saying. Okay. You're back?
I'm back. Yes.
All right. You were saying something about the ratios?
Right. I suggest that you keep your debtors down to 30% of your total sales, 30% and below. That way you can still keep cash going through the system, right? And allow your cash support to feed back your ability to buy back goods. Because where most persons tend to have a situation is when it's flipped the other way around. They sell to the Costco's, they sell to the high lows, the mega marts, etc. But all these people want credit, 30 days, 60 days credit, some even 90 days. And then you find that you as a small company cannot afford the luxury of that amount of time without the goods in play. And most of you are not going to start off with millions and millions of dollars. You're not a Facebook where you got that nice big funding upfront. So after a while,
Hmm. Can you hear me now?
yes, I am hearing you.
All right. So for the working capital loans, what kind of collateral is required?
The working capital loan require no collateral under 100, so under 10,000 US. That is 100. What is it? $1.5 million. All right. The higher you go, then you're going to start needing collateral.
All right. Persons are also asking that you share your information in the chat so that they will have your number as well. Another question. Say a craft with purchase. All right, let's go back to
A
the
what?
original. So a person has a craft workshop and they have purchase receipts to show, though no financial documented records. Is there any help for them?
The answer is yes, but not directly from us. So they have to come to you first, put their records together, and then show us.
All right, someone says they have a business in Guyana and would like to expand to Jamaica. Can the BDCI help with that process? Yes, we do. We're actually working with someone from Guyana to expand their business into Jamaica. We register the business for you, so you can contact us to do that as well. So another person asks, that model works for a product-based business. How does it work for a service-based business? Richard?
That is a difficult question.
All right, so I guess
So,
she's saying that she owns a service business, but she's wondering how can she gain some equity from you?
okay, so service-based business, you'll have to look at your cash flow and the type of collateral that you have and about how much money you need to make sure that the business works. So we need to see more than what you are saying now to give you a good answer. The truth is the best thing to do is to at least apply. We have a one sheet where it does apply. We look at it, we do a quick assessment within a day or two. We can give you an answer. If it's something that we like, we ask for further information. That's the time that we look at your records to see if it is in keeping with what you said and it matches what that one-page application is. If it is not in keeping, we respect to say no, we have to decline on this one and move on. I find that one of my best for me is that I can give you a quick no, and sometimes it helps. Service-based businesses tend to be a little bit trickier in my field because I say it is a working capital support I'm trying to facilitate. And working capital most of the time is through not just wages, but mostly through product-based businesses. It helps mostly product-based businesses. You need raw materials, you're shipping in goods, containers, etc. of goods. Yeah, that works for us.
Okay, so a follow-up to that same question, do you also consider future projections?
And the answer is yes. But we need
Alright.
to see some historicals also.
Okay.
And you'd have to justify why you think your future will be that much brighter than your past.
Of course it will be.
Yeah, just justify it.
Yeah.
Tell me that you have just signed a contract with give me a place. With Sagicor. You know, you just sign a big deal with Sagicor to provide them with laptops, and you are the laptop provider of choice. And if we can see that, then yes. So that we can say, okay, you need working capital support for that. Yeah.
Yeah, or you're catering and you just got this connection with a company. So yes. So say for I have another question. I have some credit card debt that needs to be rectified. Is good credit a prerequisite for funding?
And the answer is at the small business level, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we have found that if you are at a particular level, you don't normally have credit card issues. But if you're at a particular level in your business growth at tier 3 upward, you'll realize that we then assess the company. So for UCC, as an example, if I were to lend UCC money, not the principals, but UCC themselves, we would not necessarily look at the credit score of the principals of the company. We're more interested in what the company itself is doing and has done. I don't know if that helps answer the question, but when you're a small business, you and that small business tend to be intertwined. You're only making $25 million a year, of which you can only go home with $5 million or $6 million.
Okay.
Right? So
Yeah.
you find that you're very much, and then out of that, even $6 million, sometimes you're using to support everything else.
So persons are continuously asking for you to share your information in the chat. Okay, Richard? So that
All
they
right.
can get in contact with you.
Let me see if I can do this.
All right. So while Richard does that, are there any additional questions? If not, we're going to end this webinar very soon, just as soon as Richard puts that information into the chat. But I just want to thank everyone for taking the time to come out and listen, and apologize again that our additional speaker, Michael Leakey, was unable to join us. And so I hope that you gained some information and that your questions were answered. Also, as I said before, if you want to contact us, you can also do that at bdci.co. That's our website. Or you can call us at 906-3000 and ask for anyone from the Business Development and Consulting Institute, but they all know us as the BDCI here. All right. All right. Thank you everyone for coming. And thank you again, Richard. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
You're most welcome, and thank you too.
All right. And thank you again, Nardia, for joining us and letting us know about integrated diaspora services and all of the services that you provide. If you are interested in, if you're from the diaspora and you would like some assistance, you may not have Nardia's information, you can contact us and we will share it with you. If you didn't catch Richard's information when we were sharing it just now, you can also contact us and we'll share it with you. All right. So thank you everyone for joining, and goodbye.